get verified information about Moonlight from 504. I was taking slick shots at the KB. Oh, you going crazy out here. You don't know how to take this bullshit? Yeah, great. You know sympathy over here. Look at you. When did I lie on her, KB? When did I lie on her, Claire? When did I lie on her, Skinny? When did I lie on her, YouTube? When did I lie on her? When? Tell me when, and I'll shut the fuck up. Right now, go to Queen Regina's page and look at her the last thing she put up. She used that thing, that thumbnail of Kwame mother to remind Kwame that Skinny talked about his mother. What? Why you using the thumbnail? Kwame don't fuck with you. She can make go crazy, y'all. And you. There's gonna be a lot of NUs out this motherfucker. There's gonna be a lot of NU. But that's how you know she named people. Even though she know your YouTube name, she don't want to say your name. She'll say NU. So you gotta ask her, who's NU? Put the name on the bitch. There you go. There you go. There you go. I said, there you go. I said, there you go. Yeah, there you go, bitch.
You are a fucking sellout, is what the fuck you are. You came out letting motherfuckers know that you've been fucked. You came out letting motherfuckers know that.
So he's a sellout. So he's a sellout.
And to you, toothpick, with your ass flying around all over the fucking place, fake as a motherfucker. You see, everybody is going to catch on to you, hoes. Here you two hoes come. Freaking friend. Dumb and dumb. Hoe and slut. Trifling, funky, dirty, and nasty. Bitch and hoe. All of the above is what you are. You're going all over town, lying, bitch. You see you, hoe, sewing. See you, you had everybody food, bitch. You had everybody food, hoe. You know why? Because you came on this hoe as nothing. And when you were nothing, you went around respectfully to everybody's house on here.
But you didn't.
You just...
When you came up here, you was nothing. And you tried to drag the shit out of people. Now you're doxing people. So, who's right? Who's right?
Went around, hiding, laughing, putting LOL, LMO, laughing my ass off, laughing faces, holding conversations in the comment section. You was a cool ass broad in the beginning. But that broad turned into a straight hoe out here. And that is what you are. Fat backs, you another kind of insanity. You need help. Both of you hoes need help. The blind lead the blind.
Ooh-wee.
How does one of prestige settle for two bum bitches like this?
Kwame.
I don't understand it. Because you see, I would never be a brand. And
Kwame.
when I say brand, I mean name.
Kwame.
A name brand. You know,
Kwame.
Mom always taught me that.
Your name over here is One. How does one? Your name is One. Hold on.
For two bum bitches like this. How does one of prestige
You Kwame.
settle for two bum bitches like this?
She's talking to you,
I don't
Kwame.
understand it. Because you see, I would never be
She talking to you, Kwame.
a brand, and when I say brand, I mean name. A name brand. You know, Mom always taught me that. Either you want to be a name brand,
A name brand.
or do you want to be
Her uncle
something from a thrift store?
from the thrift store.
Generic.
Her uncle taught her this. What's your uncle? Because you got two uncles that molested you. What's your uncle taught you to be a name brand or generic? Because I'm original. Don't get no better than this. And sound like your uncle was bribing you out of your drawers, bitch. And your uncle told you that. One uncle tells you that you need to be a name brand and not a generic. What the fuck are you talking about? You dumb crackhead bitch, you must be high. When you did this video, you had to be high as a motherfucker. This bitch out here popping pills like a motherfucker. She's a pillhead. I got her on video saying I started taking pills when I was 15. But I didn't stop till, after my son died, I had to go in the program. And when did you go in the program and leave your daughter with that strange man? And why your daughter look like Tommy Sotomayor?
A name brand, or do you want to be something from a thrift store?
What did you say to your uncle? I want to be a name brand. What did he say to you? Lay down. Let me show you how to be a name brand. Because you swear to God your uncles molested you, so I want to know which uncle told you that you a name brand. Hit that like button over here if your uncle ever tell you you a name brand. Yo, see, pause on that bullshit. The fuck is you talking about, son? You're not supposed to be even looking at me, let alone trying to run my future. How your uncle tell you this if your grandmother and your granddaddy raised you? Yo, this bitch struck my child and talking about harassing and bullying, all the shit she did to Sister T up here. But I'm harassing and bullying her. How do you harass and bully somebody, and when people break the videos down, now they harassing and bullying you? You motherfuckers are goddamn just professional victims of this bitch. And you have nowhere else to go because you don't stand on what you do and understand that shit can come right back to you.
Generic. Fake. Or do you want to be a name brand?
This is some scary shit. This right here is some scary, creepy shit. Which uncle is this because of? Yeah. First, your mama left from down south, where you was born at, brought you back to Louisiana, where you stayed for the rest of your life. And then your uncle or your cousin, somebody molested you in Louisiana. And then when you went to your father, after your father died, because you never met him, his brother, your uncle, molested you over there. So Nepal and Shanetta was confused. So they was like, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, so you got molested from both sides of the family. And now you sitting up here telling me a quote that your uncle gave you to get in your drawers, bitch. Like he's something. How do you get up here and tell everybody your uncle's molested you? Then you get up here and say, my uncle told me. Either I'm gonna be name brand, do I wanna be name brand or what? What?
Name brand.
This bitch.
Or do you want to be something from the thrift store?
No, bitch, it ain't called something from the thrift store because they got name brand in the thrift store, bitch. It's, bitch. It's name brand or generic, bitch. Like Netta shirts. We know that's the generic version of, Because I ain't never seen nobody else with that shit on. And they got a lot of stars that do weird shit. And I'm quite sure you just sort of saw somebody with that shit Netta had on. Okay, so her uncle told her that, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Shout out to Ghostface Keisha. Sidebar. I realized that YouTube, a lot of people got, comment addiction. You'll hear them say, but I go to their chat, but they don't read the comments. I be trying to say something to them. We don't know each other. So why'd you try so hard to say something to me? We don't know each other. If we do, nigga, you know how to hit my phone other than that. Nigga, this is YouTube. You in a whole nother world, whole nother country. The fuck is wrong with you? Some of y'all too emotional up there. You're too emotional when it comes to, they don't read my comments. Some people only reading super chats and cash apps. But y'all still be there. Typing your ass off. Can never be me. Slave to the motherfucking internet, yeah. Slave to the internet. So this is weird. And I'm gonna take y'all to the whole rape story. But listen to what her uncle told her to make her feel beautiful.
Generic. Fake. Name. A name brand. Uncle always taught me that either you want to be a name brand or do you want to be something from a thrift store. Generic. Fake. Or do you want to be a name brand?
If my kids ever came home with this assignment, me and the school got a problem. Huh? Boy, that makeup work well for her and those filters. She need them, I don't. My uncle always telling me. Which uncle, bitch? Didn't I tell you she was lying? And that bullshit in the chat, Shanetta, that ain't Shanetta. Shanetta would have never came in her chat and said that. Never. If anybody talk about her son, what the fuck you gonna do? You better go find Miss Netta, Shanetta. What did y'all talk about out here? Huh?
Okay.
Phone that they didn't appreciate how your mom was treating you, and you made a. I want you to share with the family what you said to me, how you felt as a child, excited. You know, when you said you were excited and you were going over. Talk to us about that. Let's go back to that.
Okay. So when I would get my grandparents' house first of all. Okay. So then my mom would call. I would talk to her on the phone, and she had her own apartment. So she would call, and I'm packing my bags. Tell her get ready. You know, have you your mom? You want to go play with your mom? And see, the thing is, I guess because a mother, like me with my kids, I'm gonna get back to it. But it's still a bond. Like you child wants the mother. They want their mom. You understand? Right. So I would get all excited to, pack a little bag or whatever, go by my mom's house. And there were nights where my mom didn't even come. She didn't even come there to get me. So
she didn't come home even though she took you? She didn't come? So she would take you from your grandparents and then leave you at home? You're muted, sis.
Yes. She would take me. She would call to get me. My grandparents would help me pack my little bag or whatever to go by my mom. Some days my mom didn't even show up to come and get me. So that's a big letdown to me. That hurt because I'm finally thinking, okay, I can go hang up, spend some time with my mom. Maybe we can get, I didn't have a bond. I felt like even to this day, I don't have that bond with my mom. So, and
Peace and Black Power, family.
Okay, let me try that again. Peace and Black Power. Peace and Black Power, King. Peace and Black Power, family. Yes, I'm so very pleased to have the sister here, that she's taken the time to sit with us. I haven't really followed the sister's channel that much, but I heard about her. She's doing the work on her end in these YouTube streets. And today we're going to sit down and talk to her and find out a little bit more about the in-depth side of her, what the sister has been through, what drives her, and so without further ado, Sonetta, I'll hand it over to you and
okay,
yes. Go ahead and speak with the sister.
Yeah, man, we want to go in and hey, brother, Garfield, you were supposed to call me. I see you in the building. Yes, sister, Miss 504. We're going to go in. The sister going to touch on some real deep topics. Hopefully that we can touch your spirit, touch your soul. And there's a lot of y'all out there that maybe want to chime in when we open up the phone lines and see if this sister could bring some awareness to your situation as well. I know a lot of these stories that you may hear is nothing new if you live where I live, in the hood. I hear these stories all the time. I want y'all to understand that. I hear these stories all the time, and I'm letting my moderators know, because this is the best moderators on YouTube. Any disrespect towards my guests, we don't want no warnings. We just want you to get them out of here. Block them for the future shows. Straight up, get them out of here. We ain't playing no games with our people when it comes to our people. So without any further ado, I want to ask you, Miss 504, can you introduce yourself to the people? Talk to the people, let them know where you're from, where you grew up at.
Okay, thank you, Sonetta. I'm Miss 504, and I was born in Charleston, South Carolina. Born there, but my grandfather was in the service, so we transferred when I was in Pampers, diapers to New Orleans, and this has been home for me ever since I was a baby.
Okay. Sid, we did speak earlier. I'm so happy you're here with us because these kind of stories need to be told. So, I just wanted you to go into what you shared with us about your childhood and your relationship with your father. Take your time to go in depth about that and share that with the family, please.
Okay, so my grandparents raised me, so I never really ever met my dad. I talked to him on the phone.
This is why she talked to you men like this.
That was when I was here being in New Orleans. My dad was in South Carolina, so I spoke to him on the phone, and it just felt like I was closer to my dad at that time than even my mom, because I guess it was the things that we talked about. And my dad had gotten cirrhosis of the liver, and he kept calling it. His last wish was to finally see his daughter, was to see me. And my mom, she didn't. She thought that if I would have went to Charleston, South Carolina, they would have kept me. Like I would have been able to come back home. So 3 days later, after my dad's last wish was to see me, 3 days later, I got the phone call that my dad had passed. And I knew in my head that's all he wanted. And it just felt like I was closer to my dad at that time than even my mom, because I guess it was the things that we talked about. And my dad had gotten cirrhosis of the liver, and he kept calling it. His last wish was to finally see his daughter, was to see me. And my mom, she didn't. She thought that if I would have went to Charleston, South Carolina, they would have kept me. Like I would have been able to come back home. So 3 days later, after my dad's last wish was to see me, 3 days later, I got the phone call that my dad had passed. And I knew in my head that's all he wanted, was to see his daughter, was to see his daughter. And that didn't happen. So I took my anger out on my mom, because at that time my mom was, drinking and partying and shit. So it's like that was the life, My grandparents could do all they could do for me. They kept me in Catholic schools. I only went to a public school when I graduated from high school. And because I felt like I wanted to take that load off my grandparents, they was paying my tuition and everything. And my mom, I would look forward to.
She didn't want you to meet your dad, because she felt like your dad would keep you. But you lived with your grandmother, your grandfather.
Graduated from high school, and because I felt like I wanted to take that load off my grandparents, they was paying my tuition and everything. And my mom, I would look forward to going and spend the night at my mom's. And she would go out. So it's like I would go from this cousin house to that cousin house. I wasn't really ever with my mom, because my mom was being fast and everything. So, just partying. She had that nightlife. So I just never really felt close to my mom. I always felt like that my mom, I don't know, my grandparents did talk to me before, and they told me that my mom wanted a boy, and that they really didn't want me. She wanted a boy. Okay, so I cried, because that's a hard thing to deal with. You feel like your mom don't know you, but then these people that's raising you, that love you the most, are telling me the truth. So that hurt. It hurt deep, and I just turned to all kind of things. I turned to men thinking that could find a father figure and this, that, and the other. Then later on in life, my mom turned to all kind of things. I turned to, she wanted a boy. Okay, so I cried, because that's a hard thing to deal with. You feel like your mom don't know you, but then these people that's raising you, that love you the most, are telling me the truth. So that hurt. It hurt deep, and I just turned to all kind of things. I turned to, you know, men thinking that could find a father figure and this, that, and the other. Then later on in life, my mom, this particular day, you know, I dealt with everything. I dealt with verbal abuse, physical abuse, and I also, you know, dealt with child molestation. And that's why it's like
I'm not interrupting you. I just want to jump in and have you clarify. Go back and talk to us about your age. How old were you with all this? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay. With the age of being molested, I was 8 or 9, going into 9 years old. Still, I was a child. So that particular day, it's like we were at home. I was with my mom on this particular day, so I remember that. I remember this like it was a day like last night. So we had a cousin that came over. That, you know, was my mom's age, and I'll never forget. We was dancing, having fun in the house. She singing Diana Ross. It was a regular day, you know, a day. So we trusted. She opened the door. She trusted because that's our cousin. That's a relative. So she trusted, and he came in, and out of nowhere, you know, they talked it, whatever. Then after that, I just remember my mom screaming, and it was a cousin, you know, and he tied me. It's crazy because he tied me. I remember him tying me up, but he didn't have nothing to really. I was small. I was like really thin, you know, back then. And so he tied my hands and my eyes, and I could hear my mom screaming. I could just hear her screaming. The thing is that we were in my room, like I had twin beds. So I'm tied over here by some towels that, you know, he stripped apart and tied me. My mom's over here screaming for help. So I already, you know, at the age, I just thought she was getting beat at that point. But that wasn't what was happening. You know what I'm saying? So at that particular time, she had the music up like so loud, I guess. And I started thinking when I got older. I didn't think right then and there because I was still a child. So I'm thinking as I got older, okay, so then he had that duffel bag. He had the duffel bag filled with like rope, garbage bags, everything that he did that could have did away with us. Like so loud, I guess. And I started thinking when I got older, it's crazy because he tied me. I remember him tying me up, but he didn't have nothing to really. I was small. I was like really thin, you know, back then. And so he tied my hands and my eyes, and I could hear my mom screaming. I could just hear her screaming. The thing is that we were in my room, like I had twin beds. So I'm tied over here by some towels that, you know, he stripped apart and tied me. My mom's over here screaming for help. So I already, you know, at the age, I just thought she was getting beat at that point. But that wasn't what was happening. You know what I'm saying? So at that particular time, she had the music up like so loud, I guess. And I started thinking when I got older. I didn't think right then and there because I was still a child. So I'm thinking as I got older, okay, so then he had that duffel bag. He had the duffel bag filled with like rope, garbage bags, everything that he did that could have did away with us. Okay, after he did what he did, so we had a friend of the family come over, and he kept knocking, and he heard the music, but he had to know we were there. He had to know because he had just probably gotten off the phone with my mom right before the cousin got there. So he knew we were going to be there. Then my mom's car was downstairs. This music is so loud, you understand? And he kicks the door off the frame because he knew we were there. He kicked the door off the frame and my mom got me loose, and all I remember is us running out the apartment with nothing on, all the way to the office, the main office of the rental office where we were. So we ran there, and the office, they reacted in shock. They didn't know. They just hurried up and called the police. They had him, the friend of the family held him there at the apartment. So it wasn't really, hard to figure out what had happened to us from the police. So he ended up getting locked up over that. And about 4 years ago, he had gotten out and ended up having a heart attack. So, that was that. That was the first person. That's the cousin. You understand?
He died?
So, ma'am?
Did he die?
Yes.
Let's back up a little bit, sis, and you know what, again, this is super sensitive, this topic, it takes a lot to be a sexual abuse survivor, and to share this kind of information. So again, sis, my heart is with you. I'm totally compassionate to you. I just want to take it back some because that was a lot, and I feel for you. I'm glad that you're surviving from that. I want to go back a little bit and talk to you about before that trauma. You had spoken about how you resented your mom after your dad passed. What kind of relationship? I hear that you say you felt like, she didn't really love you. But what kind of relationship did you have with your grandparents and your mom? Because you mentioned to me on the phone that they didn't appreciate how your mom was treating you, and I want you to share with the family what you said to me, how you felt as a child excited, when you said you were excited, you were going over. Talk to us about that. Let's go back to that, please.
Okay. So when I would be at my grandparents' house, first of all, okay? So then my mom would call, I would talk to her on the phone, and she had her own apartments. So she would call, and I'm packing my bags, so I'm getting ready, happy. You, your mom, you want to go play with your mom. And see, the thing is, I guess because a mother, like me with my kids, I'm gonna get back to it, but it's still a bond.
She didn't get along with her mother. She got along with her mother. She didn't get along with her mother. She tried to go with her mother. The mother didn't like her because the mother wanted a boy. All this shit, this bitch said she got 2 brothers. And she's supposed to be 8 at this time that this dude molested her. So, when did your father pass away? Because you went to his house, you got molested over there. That's good,
Each child want the mother. They want their mom. You understand?
Right.
So I would get all excited to, pack a little bag or whatever, go to my mom's house. And there were nights where my mom didn't even come. You know, she didn't even come there to get me. So
she didn't come home even though she took you. She didn't come. So she would take you from your grandparents and then leave you at home? You're muted, sis.
Yes. She would take me. She would call to get me. My grandparents would help me pack my little bag or whatever to go by my mom. Some days my mom didn't even show up to come and get me. So that's the big let down to me. That hurt because I'm finally thinking, okay, I can go hang up, spend some time with my mom. Maybe we can get, you know. I didn't have a bond. I felt like even to this day, I don't have that bond.
Just said that bond is still there. That's your mom.
Your grandparents and then leave you at home? You're muted, sis.
Yes. She would take me. She would call to get me. My grandparents would help me pack my little bag or whatever to go by my mom. Some days my mom didn't even show up to come and get me. So that's the big let down to me. That hurt because I'm finally thinking, okay, I can go hang up, spend some time with my mom. Maybe we can get, you know. I didn't have a bond. I felt like even to this day, I don't have that bond with my mom. So, and the reason is because of the partying, you know, the drugging. I mean, I'm not going to sit and paint a good picture because it wasn't a good picture. You know what I'm saying? Because it messes you up. It really messes you up. I'm packing my bags, so I'm getting ready, you know, happy. You hear your mom, you want to go play with your mom. And see, the thing is, I guess because a mother, like me with my kids, I'm going to get back to it, but it's still a bond. Like,
It's still a bond.
you all, each child want the mother. They want their mom. You understand?
Right.
So I would get all excited to, you know, pack a little bag, whatever, go from my mom's house. And there were nights where my mom didn't even come. You know, she didn't even come there to get me. So
she didn't come home even though she took you. She didn't come. So she would take you from your grandparents and then leave you at home? You're muted, sis.
Yes. She would take me. She would call to get me. My grandparents would help me pack my little bag or whatever to go by my mom. Some days my mom didn't even show up to come and get me. So that's the big let down to me. That hurt because I'm finally thinking, mom, maybe we can get, you know. I didn't have a bond. I felt like even to this day, I don't have that bond with my mom. So, and the reason is because of the partying, you know, the drugging. I mean, I'm not going to sit and paint a good picture because it wasn't a good picture. You know what I'm saying? Because it messes you up. It really messes you up. And she's very, very, very smart at school. She's graduating next year. And, you know, looking at some colleges that's been mailing her acceptance letters. And my daughter, she had to deal with it too. You know, she had to deal with it too. And that I was still doing pills and stuff like that. So what happened with my daughter is, that's my baby, you know, we don't go nowhere without each other. Like, that's how we were. And I didn't even let my daughter like sleep out and none of that stuff. She's a girl, you know. Sometimes, and then my son and my daughter have a 10-year difference. You see, my son made 27 this July past. This year, last year, he would have been 27. And my daughter, the situation with my daughter is that I was getting, ready to go into treatment, right? I was getting ready to go into treatment. So I gave my ex-husband temporary custody of my daughter so that he can be able to, get her assigned in the school and all of that kind of stuff that he would have needed those papers for, because I was going to be doing treatment. And so I go to treatment, I do treatment, I come out of treatment. I can't find my daughter. I can't find my daughter at all. I really couldn't find my daughter at all. My ex-husband had remarried, and wherever they were, I didn't know. I had no way to track. He was in the military, so they wouldn't give me no information on him because of that. The military don't do that. They're not going to give you nothing on them. And he was active duty Navy. So they wasn't going to give us shit, they wasn't going to give me no info. So that, instead of that helping me, when I couldn't find her, that made me go back. Because now everything else that I'm going through, and now I can't find my daughter. So yeah, it's like the shit hit me hard, really, really hard. But I worked and I worked and I worked and I went to treatment, and I come back and I try to still find them, can't find them, so now I'm backwards again. So it took me literally 3 times to get myself together. I relapsed 3 times to get me together, but I got stronger. I got tired of being victim. I got so tired of that. I have to do something. I can't keep expecting people to do shit for me at that time. So when I came into some money, I got $800 and something together, and I called this private investigator. And the private investigator that I called
was able to get information about the military, a private investigator, for $800. Nobody wouldn't give her the information, but a private investigator will for $800. Done. Where does that make sense at? A private investigator got military records for $800, but nobody else can get it for you, and it's your daughter. You're still relapsing, bitch. Enjoy your head. I gotta charge my phone. We'll be back later with some more of this crackhead.